The key to changing the perception of an outdated performance review is to really embed it in the organizational culture, to have it in every aspect of your organization. Reviews are really pointless if they're not aligned with the objectives of the company. If we're just providing feedback just because we have to and it's not sincere, it's really not going to be effective. You know, one of my friends, she works at this big corporation and they have an opportunity to do reviews, but they haven't had their job descriptions clarified yet. So they're providing feedback on something that the individuals are not clear in terms of what their objectives are, what they're supposed to be doing, and have that role clarity. HR is known as being administratively burdensome and, all these forms, and we really need to link these two together. It doesn't have to be that way. A lot of the individuals will say, well, we provide feedback all the time. We're always giving feedback. When we talk about performance reviews and that formal opportunity to sit down and provide feedback, it's not about, hey, you could have done this a little bit differently, this project or this process, this work you were working, you do it differently in the format in Word. It's not about those tactical things. It's about having those conversations around their career. Are we working towards your career objectives? Are you doing meaningful work? How is it that your organizational objectives are tied into your objectives within your job? You see the alignment. So it's really having those effective conversations and making sure that you're tying in that succession plan so you can have that individual stay long-term within the organization. Have them see that path, that career path for them. There really should be no surprises in performance reviews either. How many times have we said, oh, that thing that you did 8 months ago? Well, it kind of throws somebody off, right? It has to be timely in order for it to be effective. If people don't know what they're doing wrong, they can't correct it. Similarly, if they don't know what they're doing right, they can continue to repeat that great behavior. So, having a process to provide that feedback is very important. A lot of employers don't like to have those difficult conversations. We know it's going to be a little bit challenging, and a lot of the times they just avoid it. We've got the recency effect where, we're just going to talk about the most recent things and that's it. Well, really, it's probably that you're providing feedback on a much longer period of time. Or the other point where we talk about the halo effect where, because that person did one thing right, well, everything is amazing that they've done. And then similarly, on the contrary, it's the horn effect where they did one thing that they made an error and now everything they've done is not good enough, or, they're kind of tied into this box that they fit in. So you want to make sure to balance that feedback, have the sandwich, if you will, provide some positive opportunity and feedback, a little bit of constructive feedback, and then as much as you can come together in terms of actionable items on how to move forward. It's so important to have that balance, solution focus in your conversation and align with what the career objectives are. Are they still the same, right? It's so important to have that timely and honest and sincere feedback, and aligning to the organizational objectives is going to be key. Thanks for listening to today's episode of HR Real Talk. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit the like button and leave us a comment below so we know what you think about it. Every week we'll be coming here, so don't forget to follow us to hear more about HR Real Talk and answers to your questions. For a free consultation, visit us at ldhr.ca. We'd love to hear from you. See you next week.